Morning, John.
Morning, Liz.
We've just spent the night at Tamboon Creek, a little offshoot off the road that we're travelling at the moment, and we are heading to the Great Northern Highway, I believe.
Yeah.
And Carragini is our next stop. We believe it's fully booked, but we're just going to go and check it out and see what's happening. Maybe do a walk, and then who knows what the day holds for us.
Look at that.
Let me just show you what we're looking at, because it is just spectacular. It is an open plain hills that are full of spinifex. But all of a sudden you've got these mountains around us, or large hills, I'd say. There's a few mine tracks that we're passing, and they've got four road trains?
4 trailers, yeah.
4 trailers.
They've got their full 53 feet, for sure.
We haven't yet had to pass one of those, but and we're hoping not to. Here we are, the Shire of East Pilbara, just past the sign. Anyway, who knows what today will hold.
It's a bit of a drud-looking day, actually. Fully overcast, which has probably kept the temperature a bit milder than what it would have been. Things are starting to cool down. We've got 17 degrees. We're used to it going from 17 to 31. I think it's going to quite get there today.
No, it's still saying 17 degrees, isn't it? So.
Alright. No, not much more from me.
Okay, that's for us today. Catch you later.
Massive mountains and escarpments rise out of the flat valleys. The high plateau is dissected by breathtaking gorges, and stony tree-lined watercourses wind their way over the dusty plain. Erosion has slowly carved this landscape out of rocks that are over 2.5 million years old. Welcome to Carragini National Park. The park covers an area of 627,000 odd hectares, just north of the Tropic of Capricorn in the Hamersley Range, and is Western Australia's second largest national park. There are many beautiful gorges and sites to visit, With limited time, we decided to venture to a popular spot called Dale's Gorge. A man-made staircase ensures firm footing as you descend to the base of this breathtaking gorge. Well, here we are making our way down to Dale's Pool in the Karijini National Park. Who'd have thought when we left home that we would be here? Anyway, we're not far away from it now, so we'll check it out. The ideal times to visit the park are late autumn, winter and early spring. Winter days are warm and clear, but nights get cold and can sometimes be frosty. Its climate can best be described as tropical semi-desert. A highly variable, mainly summer rainfall of between 250 and 350 millimetres, often associated with thunderstorms and cyclones, is accompanied by temperatures frequently topping 40 degrees C. Man, that's a few steps. I'm sure there's somebody out there that's done it and actually counted them. So if you haven't and you know how many there are,
let us know.
Please feel free to put it down in the comments. Cheers.
The inbound road trains to change over to 21 when you turn in and just drive in for CRT.
Goldfields, Union.
This bloke behind me, that's where he's going. With mining a major contributor of employment in this part of the country and road transport a key to moving the resource, they seem to work well together, ensuring a safe, timely passage. Before long, we're in Newman. Well, as you all know, we've camped in some pretty cool bloody places at times. But this one just about takes the cake. So we've just arrived in at Newman and it's been a bit longer at Karijini than what we were going to. So as a consequence, time got away from us. It's like 2:30, 2:45. So we decided we'd stay at the caravan park at Newman. Well, they don't have one. So here we are, all camped up at the Tourist Information Centre. How cool is that? There's us and someone else. Another one up the end. Well, that's pretty unique. Newman did have a caravan park, but some argy-bargy between parties ended with the park being closed. Our understanding is that there is now a Shire-run park which started operating about a week after we were there. Here we are in the Pilbara, or the East Pilbara, at Newman. What a bloody different place. What a great night. We watched the fight last night at the bar. We went down for a counter meal and sort of didn't realise that the fight was on. And so we stayed till the end of that, and then back to the caravan park. Information centre, I should say. Anyway, here we are in the East Pilbara, and just as we're leaving town, this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. The ore trucks, the iron ore. Absolutely bloody amazing. Today we venture down to Meekatharra, I think it's called, or Meekatharra. Somewhere about 4.5 hour drive. Hopefully there's a bit to see on the road through today. So we're looking forward to that as the journey continues, chasing sunsets. big suckers. We've arrived at Meekatharra. Here's a suggestion, and I guess most people actually do this when they go to different places, but information centres are so valuable in these sort of areas. They make sure that you get the best of the time you've got. You know, always let them know how long you've got and the things that interest you, and they'll usually get straight to the point and point you in the right direction. But yeah, so here we are at Meekatharra. Gold mine, there's gold in them there hills, they said. So they came in their thousands till the gold ran out. Anyway, we just going to have a wander around. There's a couple of heritage walks that we can do, and yeah, just pot around for this afternoon. We're still a little bit undecided. We've camped up at the caravan park for the night. We get a bit of power. Excuse me, get a bit of power. We've got a poultice of downloading to do. We haven't done it for something like 7 days or something, which is really naughty. So we're going to try and catch up with that. And yeah, and then tomorrow we're going to wait and see. We haven't decided yet what we're going to do in terms of that. Just enjoy the day for what it is. Catch you later.
Turn the tide, let the water go where it wants to go. You can run and hide, you can bury yourself beneath the stones. Somebody told me don't pretend, 'cause everyone could use a friend sometimes. Take some good advice. Don't let your fear decide. That's how you break inside. You don't need to worry. Somebody is waiting down the line. You pick up the pieces. Hey, you'll be alright. I can feel the sun and how the wind makes way across the field.
So here we are out at Peace Gorge. It's about 3 kilometres just out of Meekatharra. We've all had a nice tub and lunch, had a beer at the commercial hotel. Now we've snuck out to shoot another sunset. Yeah, you guessed it. So the sun's starting to dwindle. We've lost all the cloud that we had early this morning. That's all burnt away. So we're looking forward to shooting this little bit of rock. It's quite spectacular. Looks like it's a free camp. There's, I don't know, there'd be a dozen vehicles and trailers out here, all self-contained. Probably hear the patter of a generator in the background. But yeah, look, it's pretty bloody special. So we're going to sit back and enjoy a bevy or two and just watch the sunset against these rocks and see what sort of photos we can take.
So don't let your
We were up nice and early and ready for another day of adventure. The hole in the ground we saw last night from the lookout was Luke's Pit, the site of the Beverley and Coronation Mine. Meekatharra, or Meeka as the locals call it, is a Yemenji word meaning place of little water. So with supplies restocked, batteries charged and Shiloh fueled up, we were on our way. We made our way south through Kew to Mount Magnet. First stop was the Bandimai Granites. These are situated just off the highway, 9 kilometres from Mount Magnet. There's something a bit surreal about this place. The escarpment is about 15 metres high and spread over several hectares. Some of the boulders that scatter the site look like they could roll away like marbles at any moment. Others sit firmly like colossi, keeping watch over the sandy landscape. I'd like to come back to this place for an afternoon or evening. I reckon it would be fantastic. Next stop was Joker's Tunnel. This was a bit of a detour for us, but time permitted, so why not? This landmark is located 10 kilometres southeast of Yalgoo. A straight tunnel has been carved 200 metres through the base of a hill to the other side. Constructed by English investors in 1896, its aim was to find gold, but for 550 tonnes of rock, only 3 kilograms of gold was found.
Oh, look at the rock.
Quartz vein.
Yeah. That could be gold in them there hills.
Oh, look at
The veins out of it.
Right, let's see if I can take a photo with your...
Oh, it's powdery.
Stop there. I don't know if I can take a photo.
Hang on.
Oh, this is interesting.
Feel a bit like Maxwell Smart.
Right, stay there. Let me just... Look.
Yeah.
Do you ever get that feeling you're not alone?
You can see it.
Oh, look at the ceiling.
The ceiling of it. Yeah, so look at it.
Hold on. Wait. You're getting some...
Two theories seem to exist as to how it got its name. It may have been named after the Joker proprietary mine operated at the same time nearby, although the tunnel itself was on the Star of Ibiza lease. Alternatively, it was a colloquial name given to it by the good people of Yalgoo, who saw it as a scam for money from overseas investors.
Well, there you go. Joker's Tunnel.
So what are we going to do for lunch, Liz?
We're going to have salami, Hungarian salami wraps.
Wow, that sounds pretty cool.
A bit of Hungarian salami. You want a bit of onion?
A little bit, yeah.
And some tomato. Oh, here's the tomato. So we'll just put it together and make lunch. Not too much, maybe a bit more. Got to have your greens. Just your knife. A bit like that. Alright. Fold up. And lunch.
Beautiful. And we'll best try it out, I think.
You best try it out, you think.
That's a change. That was a treat.
on leaving Joker's Tunnel, we could see that they had had significant rainfall, as there were plenty of standing water and the undergrowth was green and lush, something that would not be seen too often in this arid area, one would think.
Here we are at the Black Range Brewery, which opened on this site in 1907, supplying the town of Sandstone with beer. The brewery was built on top of this breakaway, as you can see, and it could be seen at least 20 kilometres away. An alluring sight for any gold miner wanting a beer.
Or a weary traveller wanting a beer.
Or a weary traveller wanting a beer. The beer was stored in barrels inside the cellar, which was a massive tunnel carved deep into the rock. The brewery closed down after the railway arrived in 1910 and broke the brewery's monopoly. Let's go in here and have a look. Yep. I reckon they stored a bit in here. Anyway, as you can see, let's just get out here. The gold miners could see this for a fair way away. Established in 1907 by the Irishman J.B. Kearney.
London Bridge is a prominent attraction in Sandstone. It is recognised as one of the most spectacular yet unusual of the sandstone breakaways in the area. The bridge itself is nearly 800 metres long and at the centre is 10 metres high. It is formed of weathered basalt and the rock is believed to be over 350 million years old. For over 100 years, London Bridge has been a popular lookout spot in Sandstone. In the 1900s, it was frequented as a spectacular town picnic site and still is today. In Sandstone's early years, it was possible for a horse and buggy to cross the bridge, but unfortunately, it has undergone considerable erosion since that time and visitors are requested not to walk over it. Eventually, London Bridge will fall down.
Well, here's cheers. We are at a place called Denny's Lookout. Sorry, Peter Denny's Lookout. Named after a mayor of the Shire some time back. Anyway, we're here. We called in. We've got a couple of cracking little points of interest. We've actually had a fairly big day. So we bolted out of the Mika Camp Caravan Park at just after 7 o'clock and we've arrived here at 4. We had a 2-hour detour, so we went through Kew and then to, I can't remember the name of the town. Anyway, from there it was 120 k's to this Joker's Tunnel. So we did that, so it's like 240 k's round trip. So that was about lunchtime-ish. We got back to whatever the town was. It'll come to me in a minute. Sorry, it's been a long day. And then from there we've travelled, I don't know, a couple of hours, and we decided that we would probably stay at Sandstone. So we thought we'd stay at Sandstone tonight, but then there was a couple of points of interest that we thought would be really cool to do late with the late afternoon sun. So that's what we've done. So that's London Bridge and the brewery. So instead of turning left and going back into town to the caravan park, was tempting because the town's actually off the highway and it would be nice to have a night's sleep without those big quads driving past at all hours. But needless to say, we didn't turn left, we turned right, and we've ended up at this magnificent little campsite. It's quite interesting because you drive down the road and we're sort of looking for a peak or a hill, and it didn't arrive. And then we saw the sign, so we drive in, but what it actually is, it's the back door. So we're actually on top of this cliff, and it's almost like a natural amphitheatre. So I've got a camera set up doing a time lapse to catch that sunset. So you can see it's quite a picturesque little place. We've scrounged up, we carried a bit of wood with us, which is great. So we've managed to scrounge up a little bit of kindling that'll keep that going. So a nice easy 2-pot meal tonight. Some chicken and pasta will be on the menu. I'm starving, famished. But yeah, good day and all. Another good day. So we've got the Lifedoo fire pit set up to keep us warm again tonight. It's funny how the temperatures change so much so quickly. You know, the other morning we're up, put long trousers on, and we haven't taken them off. I've got a t-shirt and a shirt. Liz had a polo on last night. I had my winter vest. So now it's a matter of keeping the food from freezing rather than it going off. And I noticed this morning the fridge in the car had hardly worked. So it just goes to show the effect that ambient temperature has on these Waco and Evercool or whatever brand fridge you've got. It's certainly the ambient temperature is the thing that affects it most. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate your support. So from Overland Australia Adventures, cheers, and let's see another sunset.
In the next episode, we travel through the Goldfields of the West and start our drive up the Great Central Road, taking in the sights of this remote and desolate part of Australia. Oh, and find some cracker campsites as well.